What a lovely day today for the change. Right, the VX R8 should be picked up today. Really enjoyed to work on it, really enjoyed to drive it. Sounds really great. Just a quick update really. The 1 Series with the boot problem should be picked up today and replaced with a X3, I think. The Toyota Yaris has been dropped this morning. Only drove it to move it from here to there, and it's terrible to drive. All of that on the video. The TT is gonna get new number plates today because the number plates in there at the moment are illegal due to the spacing, and I don't want to get a £1,000 fine. So we're gonna get new plates hopefully today. I have the plates already, so we're gonna replace them. But this video today, as per the title and thumbnail, is actually for the M5 because the M5 is broke down. Right, it's not really broke down. It drives fine, not perfectly. I haven't drove the car for a long time. Look at these brakes, completely rusted. I drove the car about 2 weeks ago. Just bumped the tires one day and decided to take it to work the next day, because prior to that I haven't drove the car for about 2 months, and I just want to take it for a warm up, for a spin, so I took it to work one day. But I need to do something because the M5 is just here parked, dusted at the sun. So I don't know, I want to maybe build a shelter somewhere, maybe back there where the Yaris is. I don't know yet, but I definitely need to do something to protect a little bit the M5 from the weather. Anyway, what's wrong with the M5, you might ask? So the M5 is not really broke down, drives okay, definitely needs a cleaning. So let me actually start this thing. So let me quickly explain you what's wrong with this. So the problem with it, first of all, is annoying. Second, it can actually be a little bit dangerous. So the problem is with the steering, in particular with the shift paddles. So I'm gonna try to demonstrate this, and hopefully you guys will understand what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna show you how this paddle works. Sorry, the car is in neutral at the moment, but you can still flicker the paddles. And basically the way these paddles work is when you push the paddle, so this is how it works, is how to put it across. You push it, obviously they are spring loaded like this, as you can see. So you release and you have this clicking and this sort of, you put pressure on the paddle, and as the paddle is pushed, there is a point where you can't really hold the paddle in that particular position. So basically is you put pressure, and then all of a sudden it just jumps to the other side. And that's when it does this last sort of movement, that's when the signal is sent to the gearbox. That's like this because you don't want to be in a position where I can be like in the middle and just doing sort of on off, because then you're gonna send multiple signals to the gearbox. So this is so you can send one signal at a time, and a clear signal, a on off thingy like that. Okay, so that's how it works. And as you're gonna see, I'm gonna actually engage, I'm gonna put it there into drive, I'm gonna put it into manual. Okay, and now I'm going to engage second gear, and as you're going to see in there, okay, so I'm going to downshift now to first. Now, so the way it works, look, I push, it's difficult, you can't really keep these in the middle, it's very difficult to keep in the middle. You might be able if I really grab it like this, but when you try to do it with your hand like this, it literally just goes and boom, goes to the other side and it flickers. This side is not doing it. What this side is doing, and I'm going to show you like this. Look at the, you can look in there. It's going to change the first gear. Look. Have you seen what I've done? Have you seen it? Can I do it again? Look. Have you seen this? Done it wrong. Second gear. Let's do it again once more. Look. Look how much movement the paddle does. You see? Literally, just this movement is enough to engage the gearbox, to engage or to send the signal to the gearbox. And the paddle, you see this, what it does? It doesn't do that sort of. And this side, it's like if it's broken inside and it lost that sort of movement. And this is dangerous, guys, because it's not the first time by mistake I go like this and I touch the paddle and it downshifts. It's really weird, it's really strange. And I love to drive the car in manual. I always drive the car like this in this setting. I never drive the car in drive like that. I never drive the car like this. I always drive the car like that. And I like to put the gears myself. And majority, well, lately I haven't been using the paddles. I've been using the shifter, but I love to use the paddles. But I've stopped using it because of this. Because sometimes I was double downshift, because you can double downshift on this by pressing this thing twice. So if you are like in 6th gear and you want to go down to 3rd, you just do like this and it comes down. Obviously you can do if I do it like this, but sometimes you lost the sensitivity onto this, and it's really weird. It's really weird. So in order to so as I was saying, it's really dangerous. I've been looking into get this replaced, but you know me better. So a replacement from BMW for this paddle alone is about 300. I've asked a long time ago. By the way, this happened, well, I've noticed this about a year ago, and I know you guys are gonna cringe, but I do everybody else's cars and I leave my ones behind. I'm tackling these now because I think I might record it. I'm about to go on a road trip soon, and I want the car to be working the way it should. And that's the reason mainly why I'm now putting the effort to get this fixed. How do they say? The son of the shoemaker soon will go barefoot. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, 300 and something pounds. I've asked a BMW once, and that's how they that's how much they want just for this. You find them on eBay. I don't know if there's any in there at the moment for the minus. I know for a fact there's some for the plus, but the only time I've seen one there for the minus, they still, even used, they still about, the ones I've seen in there at the time was about 170 quid or 150 quid, somewhere around there. There's some from America, but obviously they are like 200 and something dollars, plus the shipments, you know what I mean? But you know me better, guys. If we can fix it, why replace? So what we're gonna do today is literally remove the steering wheel, so I can remove that paddle, dismantle the paddle, see if I understand what failed inside the paddle, and see if we can fix it. So I'm not going to take you through the whole shebang. To remove this airbag is really easy. There is 2 points somewhere here on this. Where are they? There is, let me see if I can find them. There is something here to push the airbag out. Let me see if I find it. There it is. So that hole in there, you put something there, and that's going to release the airbag. Once you pull the airbag, obviously very easy, just take the nut, the center nut, and then do all the rest, etc, and job done, and the wheel will come out. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today, hopefully fixing this paddle problem, and yeah, so see you shortly. Okay, so the airbag is out, and yes, I haven't disconnected the battery. Don't do it like I do. Make sure you disconnect the battery first. So the airbag is out. You don't need to take nothing at the back of the airbag. You can just unplug it right there and job done. And basically, let me just show you, when you put this screwdriver down here, which I'm going to do now, just to demonstrate, what you're going to push is this spring here. is this spring here in the middle, you see? And when you push this spring, you're going to obviously push down here, and then at the top, the two springs in there, can you see them in there? They're going to go inwards, you see? And obviously as they go inwards, and this one goes up, it releases the airbag. So now we're going to take this center bolt or nut, pull this out, and take it to the bench. Right, just a quick note here, guys. When you remove or install the steering wheel, when you undo or you tighten this bolt, do not allow the steering to rest against the steering lock, because there's a little bit of torque on this and you can damage the steering lock. So make sure, in this case, there is this little bit of movement. Okay, so I made sure I didn't allow the steering to rest against the steering lock when I was undoing this. Ideally, probably I would just put the ignition on and allow the steering lock to disengage, so it would be free, and then you could do it. But please make sure you don't do that. You don't want to damage your steering lock. Okay, steering wheel is removed. Once you take that off, you just unplug the electrical connector on that side, and the thing is out. Okay, and if you're not interested in seeing the whole shebang, just skip it forward. So I'm not interested in touching this side for now. Just interested. Wrong size. There's the other one. I'm just interested on the minus side. So there is a screw here that seems to be holding this cover for the buttons. Let me see if I'm correct. Yes, I am. Oh, hold on, because the whole shebang comes in one piece. Last time I dismantled one of these was when I installed a M5 steering wheel, the same as this, on my 530 diesel. I might put something here just so you guys can see. It was a really nice project at the time, and okay, should be an electrical connector. There we go. One on each side. Where do you come out? You go there. It's fine. Okay, and now the paddles, they should come out by removing these two screws. This might be the right size. I don't know if I'm showing you, but now you should be able to take these, because there's a bit of rust on these plates. Don't know why. Rust inside the steering is a little bit of condensation, maybe. Okay, this plate comes off, and now the paddle, it should just, oh, there's an electrical connector first. Right, no, it's gonna have to come out first. The connector needs to come out first. And I need maybe that. Go. Okay, so there it is. There is the paddle. Now, how far are we from? Oh, you guys, no, it's alright. So, what happened to this? I can see there's something there broken. It's not, this gap there looks like it's different. It should be like, oh, you see something broken in there? I don't know how these would break, to be fair with you. How do I get to that screw in there? Okay, maybe that one. not really the right size, but this one wouldn't fit. Well, it might would. Gonna see what this is made of. I never got one into bits, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be fair. And I think I've already did something wrong here, because I think I don't need to dismantle this here, but we'll leave it for now. Like, I need to open these sides. Without damaging them, that would be great. There we go. What the heck, I'm gonna release that in there? Really? Okay, 1 liter. Damn it. Crap. So that's my problem there. Can you see there? So that's what happened. How these broke, I have no idea. Right. This is not very nice, because this side is good. See if I can take this pin. There we go. So now we pull this pin out, and this should release. I'm damaging the shaft. I need to take this plug off. Well done, because I need to take this off, where the actually switching for the signal happens. There it is. There it is. So that's the blades that makes the switching. Should come out now. How the heck? Why? Why did they make these holes on this thing just to make it weaker? Oh man. I'm gonna have to glue this here somehow back in, and I think I already have an idea. Oh yes, I do. I had an idea that I think is gonna work. Okay, I will show you when this is done. Okay, it's not fixed yet, but I ended up dismantling the back of the bundle. So this is the LED for the minus, which is there. As you can see, I got everything out. So I can just work a little bit safer. What I'm going to do to start with, so this is my plan. I'm going to literally glue this with super glue. And then I'm going to drill a hole in this direction. So I'm just going to split it like this so you can see where the split is. I'm going to drill a hole from the back here all the way like this, and I'm going to put a screw holding everything back in place. So that's the plan. If it's going to work, I don't know. Let's going to try. Okay, I'm gonna have to bore this hole a little bit because the screw I have, which is pretty much the only one, which is from, I don't know where it's from, I believe it's from old laptops, is a little bit too thick, and if I try to force it in, I'm scared that it's gonna stretch the material too much and it's gonna crack again. So I wanted to make it to go in really smooth, just to open a tiny thread as it goes in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the screw in super glue and then just push it in, and that should glue everything inside as one piece, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if bore is the word, but what I'm going to do is just with the drill bit inside, I'm just going to try to force it around to open. Just a tiny bit, it doesn't have to be too much. This is a 1.5 millimeter drill bit, and the next size I have is a 2 millimeter. But the 2 millimeter is definitely too much. So I can't really use the 2 millimeter because then it's going to be, the hole is going to be too big. Do this a little bit. Any better. Let's try again. Okay, so this is all done. So what I've done right at the end, guys, as you can see in there, is right at the end I just grab the pliers and I start to force the screw sideways until he broke, and then I think I could leave the head. The head would not be on the way of anything, but whatever. So as you can see, you can slightly see the screw, maybe not, right there crossing. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit of this resin, and I'm going to feel, whoops, I'm going to feel these two first holes, which this one is going to go through the screw as well. I'm going to push it all the way down. I'm going to feel this one as well, and just to make it a little bit stronger, and that's it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so there we go. And I've decided, so this was a hole in here. I decided to fill it up as well. Just go around like this. Now we're gonna let it to dry and then sand it off, make it smooth. And I think this is gonna go nowhere. I think would be okay just with the screw the way it was, but at least we'll make sure it's not gonna break again. Let it to dry and then go from there. Really happy with the result. Okay, so everything is done. So it's all sanded down. This doesn't really matter because you're not gonna see this bit. So everything's sanded. So this is, guys, is proper secured. It's not gonna go anywhere. In the meantime, I decided to also sand down and paint those two brackets that holds the paddles. So they are there drying now. Okay. Don't know why they were rusting. It must have been condensation, I guess, but while we are here, just make them to look better. So now we're gonna assemble the paddle and put everything back on, and hopefully it will work. I do apologize. I know I was just doing a time lapse, but I didn't realize I've run out of space on the phone and the phone stopped recording. Anyway, it's all back in place. And actually, just a quick thing, when I put that pin, if you remember, I put the pin, then I took it off and I turned it around because I thought it was the other way. Well, it was actually the way I put it initially, so I had to take these caps and turn it around again. But, oh, beautiful. Right, so let's see if those brackets are dry, and let's put this back onto the steering wheel. And here it is, the X3. The 1 Series is gone. Let's gonna put the steering back in place. Oh, right, so should be something along these lines. There it is. That plugs in there. Okay, let's get a bolt. Okay, let's gonna put everything back in place and then give you a test. And here it is, all in place. Beautiful. So, oh, beautiful. Ooh, what a difference. So let's gonna see if I can start this thing again, and we can give it a test. Let's make sure everything is good. Okay. I have the door open. Hold on. Right, so up. Oh, so nice. So I don't need to be here show you anything else. It's fixed. So in the end, was that little lever inside, or arm, whatever you want to call it, that was broken. And I think that's gonna be it, really. So I just saved myself today, on the best case scenario, if I would have to replace this with a used one, at least over £150. And in the worst case scenario, if I would decide to go BMW, I've saved myself today over £300. So yeah, nice saving. And with no further ado, guys, that's it. The problem is fixed, and I'm so happy because I've been living with this for so long. So with no further ado, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope that you maybe have learned something. Who knows? If you do still have any questions, any comments, guys, please put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.